What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I'm coming at you from the TA in Corfu, New York, I-90, exit 48. Wanted to get a little bit further than this today, but I just wasn't going to get to where I wanted to with the hours that were allotted to me. So here's where I am. Wanted to talk about money at Prime, or the reason I really don't talk about money at Prime. But before I get to that, yesterday I posted a video and said I was looking for drivers, things like that. And one of the questions was, why was I looking for a driver, things like that, or basically kind of congratulating me on growing a fleet. And I'll be honest with you, growing a fleet is not my intention. It's not really what I wanted to do. It's kind of just something that is happening. And, I think a lot of people might get some status out of that. I am certainly not the one in that camp. But life happens. And I know that I kind of thought about this once things were brought up, and I thought about where I am in life and investing and those kind of things. And, everything that's happened to me that's been very good for me as far as financially has been things that really weren't expected. I never expected to be a landlord or anything like that. I bought a house back in the late 90s when I was a youngin', and I was looking at buying something else, and the market had crashed at that point. And the reason I became a landlord was because I couldn't sell the first house but wanted to buy the second house. So that put me into that landlord status. Not anything I anticipated, wanted to do, anything like that. Just something that happened. Then a little bit later down the line, I rented out these places for a while. And I had a renter that had been with me for a while that was paying extremely below market value, leave. And I was about to sell that place because the market had just started coming back, and by a stroke of luck, I had somebody, that lived in that place that was getting kicked out of their place that said, "Hey, I see somebody moving out. Are you looking for somebody else?" And here we are, like 13 years later, with a tenant that has no, desire to ever leave. That is basically as stable as you can get. So it's kind of a similar situation here. I really am not trying to grow a fleet, but it's kind of something that's happened, and it is what it is. So I'm not going out of my way to grow a fleet. Now let's talk about this money situation. And it kind of revolves around why I'm not really posting videos on YouTube, or why I haven't posted videos, because I'm looking at what people are looking for. And I just didn't feel like that I was giving people what they were looking for. People are looking for them shiny videos where people are driving down the road and out there with their camera and truck stops and walking around and showing this and showing that. And to be honest with you, it kind of goes along with my sense that I'm not under the radar because I'm on YouTube, but I don't like people seeing me out walking around with the camera and doing all it just really makes me feel uncomfortable. So I wasn't able to give people what they were looking for as far as that goes, or drive footage and all this. And then I had a bunch of people asking me about the money, and I wasn't able to give that to people. So I'm looking at it and I'm just like feeling like, you know what? If I can't give people what they want, I kind of got a little demotivated in it. And the reason I don't talk about money isn't because I don't think that money is important to talk about. It's that, first of all, when I did my first video on money, Junior Honduras, and I'm going to try to talk in my Junior Honduras voice, hey bro, that's not the best thing to do. I don't exactly know what he said, but he basically said, talking about money is not the thing to do. And I didn't understand it at the time, and I'm not even sure if this was his point. But the reason I don't talk about money is because think about the people that are talking about money. A lot of times they're not the people that have been at Prime or been lease operators or owner operators or lease purchase people. A lot of them are people that just came out of PSD, or maybe they've been at Prime for a year, maybe even 2 years, but they don't have a true sense of what the cost of ownership is. You know, the cost of ownership isn't, here's what my loads paid this week and here's what I net. You know, it's easy to do that. It's hard to talk about, and it's not hard to talk about, but a lot of these people have not got hit upside the head with some of these other bills, I guess you could say, that come along with it. So, and I'm going to use me for example. So if I'm going to say, here's how much money I made, I brought home $2,500, $3,000, $4,000 for this week. Well, that's fine if you want to look at it over the course of maybe even 6 months or even a year. But a lot of people that are talking about this money haven't been out for more than a year, and they haven't got hit with that replacing a drive tire, replacing a steer tire, restacking a load, or any kind of truck breakdown or anything like that. So really what is happening with a lot of people that are talking about money is they're able to give you a sense of what the money looks like without any liability. And a lot of people I didn't understand that. So I'm not saying that the people that are talking about money are doing a disservice well, I don't think they're going out of their way to do a disservice to people. They just don't know. They don't know what it's like to be down for a week or 2 weeks, or they don't know what it's like, you know, when somebody hits your truck and doesn't have insurance. They don't know, you know, what it's like when you're stuck in a snowdrift and you're going to have to pay $700 to tow you out of it. They don't know a lot of this stuff, so I'm not putting the blame on them. I happen to know that these are things that can happen. And for me to say, well, as a lease operator, I'm making all this money without talking about the deductions that can come with it would be doing a disservice to people. So I kind of got in a little bit of a funk where I was like, you know, I'm not giving people what they want. If people want me to talk about money, then I can't talk about money. If people are looking for drive footage and me walking around showing what it looks like in a restroom and all that kind of stuff at a truck stop, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be walking around with a phone. So I was kind of like, you know, what am I really doing this for? Or what do people... Actually, not what I'm doing it for. That's a totally different thing. But what are people finding interesting in my videos? And for a long time, I was able to say, you know what? It's because I'm bringing perspective, life, you know, financial management, you know, all these different kind of things. And I still feel that I'm doing that. But for a while, I felt like, let's just keep it real. I was a bitch, okay? I was feeling sorry for myself, like I'm not bringing things people want, you know, and why do it, you know? So that's kind of it. And then every now and then you get that comment or you get that email, and really what it comes down to is I was looking for a couple drivers, and I did that email, or not that email, I did that video, and unlike some people that take a long time to find drivers, I was able to find a driver, 2 drivers, within 30 minutes of posting the video, and then another couple that would possibly be potential drivers, things like that. So and was able to talk to these people about why they would even want to do it. And then that kind of made me understand that I don't have to be giving everybody everything that they want. I don't have to be the best or the YouTube person out there that gets the most views. I just want to be somebody that gives some valuable information, and that could be whether it's 1 driver, 10 drivers, 500 drivers, whatever. So that's it. That's why I've been gone for a while. That's why I don't talk about money on YouTube. And that is about it. I am happy for, don't want to put anybody's name out there, but I am happy for the couple people that I talked to. I think that this situation works very well with what their personal situation is. So I will probably be getting routed into Springfield here in a load or 2 to handle the first driver, and then sometime in December for the second. But that's it. That's what's going on. I do appreciate you stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.